What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for another subscriber video today, and today is going to be against CWpoke. He has a very good YouTube channel. He creates a lot of funny content. He created one of these videos about lewd Pokemon content, which was actually pretty funny. Go check that out. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. He's a very good YouTuber, and I'm going to be calling him by the name Chris in this video. Anyway, we're going to be getting into this. We're going to be doing doubles right here, standard 2016 VGC content, and if you do see me right now, I do look like a dirtball, so I just came from the gym. I worked all day. I am very, very tired, so do apologize if I'm not very enthusiastic through this entire video, but I have not battled in a long time, probably not since I have actually battled Dave. So we're going to kind of be shaking off the rust. I'm going to be actually using Aaron Zen's team yet again. I make a few changes and adjustments to it for the better, I think. So we're going to hop right into this to see whether or not Chris is actually ready. Going to use Aaron Zhang's team right here. I really like Aaron Zhang's team. I was actually considering using a Palkia as well, but he did it so well that I just want to use it as well anyway. He's going to have a team of Crobat, Groudon, the Xerneas as well. Those two are just a common core with the Kangaskhan, and he's going to have his own Landers, okay? And he's going to have the Ferrothorn as well. I'm not too threatened by the Ferrothorn. My team deals with Ferrothorn fairly well. I do have the low kick on the Kangaskhan. And the only thing I would probably worry about is setting up the Trick Room, but then yet again, he can't really hit me for too much damage unless he hits my Kangaskhan or my Landers with the Gyro Ball. Alright, so I'm going to write his team down here really quick. We got the Crobat, Groudon, and we have the Zerncore with the Kang, Zern, Groudon is just so easy to prepare for. Well, I mean, I didn't really prepare this team, so I mean, I didn't really necessarily prepare for it, but it's just so very, very common. Alright, and then we have the Ferrothorn, and we have the Landorus, and the Landorus is going to be really annoying to get down Intimidate. So, who could he lead with right here? Alright, so he has two potential leads right here. And honestly, two potential leads that I think he could honestly go for with the Kangaskhan Xerneas, obviously to get the Xerneas set up, or he can go for the Kangaskhan and then the Crobats, or the Crobat and the Xerneas, just to generally get a Tailwind up. Crobat and Xerneas probably isn't that strong of a lead. I gotta kind of see who I probably would want to lead with right here. Now, the thing is, he could go for a Moonblast onto my Palkia, so I don't really necessarily want to lead with my Palkia right here. I'm gonna bring Groudon in the back. I don't think I'm going to bring Palkia right here. I could bring him for his Groudon, and I don't think Among Us has a really good matchup right here. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the Palkia in the back. I really need to have Trick Room support, especially if he's running a fast Groudon. I don't necessarily know what kind of Groudon he is running. It does not look like it's going to be a slow Groudon because he doesn't have any Trick Room setters on his team. It looks like it's going to probably a fast Groudon, considering the fact that he does have the Tailwind with the Crobat, and he does lead with the Crobat and Kangaskhan as I anticipated. So going for a going for a Trick Room right here would be really, really optimal. Now, what I could do is I can go for the Fake Out into the Kangaskhan. Just potentially speed tying with him if he's a Jolly nature. I am 252, 252 with the Jolly nature, so I potentially could go for a speed tie right here, but if he, I honestly think he's going to go for, okay, so this is what he's going to go for. He's going to Fake Out, okay, he's going to Fake Out Cresselia. Probably go for the Tailwind. He's probably going to Fake Out Cresselia, go for the Tailwind. So that's something I definitely have to anticipate. I can't Fake Out. Now, okay, so now he can't go for the Fake Out on Cresselia if I get the Fake Out on his Kangaskhan, but there's always the potential for him to get the Fake Out first, winning the Speed Tie, and then getting the Fake Out on Cresselia. And I'm kind of down shit's creek without a paddle right there. I don't necessarily know whether or not I want to take that risk. So I'm going to go ahead and low kick the Kangaskhan and go for a Trick Room. I'm going for a Trick Room right here because, oh, he's going to withdraw the Kangaskhan. That's pretty good. And he's going to bring out the Ferrothorn. He went for a low kick into it. I was anticipating losing the Speed Tie to the Kangaskhan because I didn't want to go for the Fake Out. I want to get good damage on the Kangaskhan, potentially take it out with a high roll. And this is going to be really good. I'm going to take Rocky Helmet damage, possibly, and Barb's damage. And he's going to go for a Super Fang into Cresselia. That's good. I'm still going to get the Trick Room up. Even if he went for... I'm using my Citrus Berry, Cresselia. Even if he went for a taunt, which I was kind of anticipating from the Crobat, I could have gotten it off regardless because I have the Mental Orb. So we're looking pretty good right here, other than the Ferrothorn now is pretty much set up with the Trick Room being set up, and that's a really good switch in on his part, besides me getting off a low kick into the Ferrothorn. Now, what the Ferrothorn could actually do right here is get off a Power Whip / Leech Sleeve / Gyro Ball. Gyro Ball's Gyro Ball's Gyro Ball's power does not actually reduce whether you get the Tailwind up, whether you get the Trick Room up. So, okay, now Ferrothorn is the fastest Pokemon on the field right now. Gyro Ball is not affected by any type of speed modification, so it still has the base power because it's based off the base power of the Pokemon that you're going against and how much investment that they do have in speed. So he's going to be getting all full power. He's going to be getting full power Gyro Balls and stuff like that. I don't necessarily know a Sucker Punch would take him out, so that's kind of concerning to me right now. So what I could do is I could go for, I don't know if I want to go for a Sucker Punch. I'm sorry I'm taking so much time, Chris. I'm just trying to figure out what I actually can do right here. I kind of feel like I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch into the Ferrothorn, or he could Leech Seed though. I think I'm going to go for, okay, I'm going to go for the Double Edge, and then I'm going to go for the Helping Hand Double Edge into the Crobat. Honestly, I don't think a Gyro Ball could take me out. He's going to go for a Quick Guard. So he was anticipating the Sucker Punch. So it looks like he's going to go for a Gyro Ball into the Kangaskhan, which is exactly what he's going to do. Don't think it's going to be enough to take me out. Yes, it's not enough to take me out. I will take the Crobat out now, so he really has no speed modification. Alright, good. Okay, alright, good. So, good on me not to go for the Sucker Punch right there. I didn't think it would take out the Ferrothorn anyway, so that's fine, and I'm going to bring in my Groudon right here, because if he brings in his Groudon, I should be able to outspeed it, because it looks like he has a speedy Groudon, and then regardless whether or not he gets a Power Whip slash Gyro Ball off into my Groudon, won't really do much, and I still be able to take out this Ferrothorn. So I'm going to switch into my Groudon right here, and I'm going to put immense offensive pressure on to his Ferrothorn, and potentially anything that he wants to switch it into. I got rid of the Crobat. Crobat's really annoying. I still, like, because okay, good. He switches into his Groudon, which is good. I anticipate his Groudon go for a Protect right here to further stall out the Trick Room. We could possibly even see either a Ferrothorn switch out or a Protect, just double Protect overall, which is perfectly fine. It all depends on what type. Obviously, I Mega Evolve first because I'm faster onto the Trick Room. If the Trick Room wasn't up right now, he'd obviously be faster, so now I can actually confirm that I'm faster than his Groudon, which he now knows as well. So we could be seeing a Protect from the Groudon. We got rid of the Crobat. So he brought the Crobat, he brought the Groudon, the Ferrothorn, and he has the Kang in the back. I really need to preserve my... I need really to preserve my... I can't even think right now, so... what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go for Eruption, and I'm going to Skill Swap my Groudon, so that I can have Levitate, because this Groudon, really the only thing this Groudon can do is take out my Groudon by going for either a Ground-type move, or just Wither it down with a Fire-type move, which would take a long time. My biggest concern right here is the Ferrothorn. I honestly don't feel like dealing with like Leech Seeds and stuff like that, and it is the fastest Pokemon on the field right now, so we could potentially be seeing a Leech Seed right now coming from it as a last-ditch effort onto my Groudon, which I'm not going to mind too much, because I'm still going to be the fastest Pokemon on the field. I believe there is 2 more turns of Trick Room left after this turn, because the last turn that just happened was a Helping Hand Double Edge. Well, Helping Hand, that was the first turn, so we have 3 more turns of Trick Room left. There'll be 2 more turns of Trick Room left after this. Okay, so we have 1 down. Alright, so he does Protect as I anticipated, which is fine. I'm going to get a, he's going for a Power Whip into the Groudon. Okay, it's not going to do too much. It does more than I actually anticipated, considering the fact that Groudon is actually very physically bulky. But I really didn't invest much into the physical bulk of the Groudon. I'm actually a lot specially bulkier with max special attack. Alright, so we're going to take out the Firethorn right here. Now, we are going to see the Kangaskhan come in, and we only have 2 more turns of Trick Room. So after the Kangaskhan does put on Fake Out pressure, we will only have 1 more turn of Trick Room. And this, I'm happy that he went for Power Whip, because now that I don't have the pressure of the Leech Seeds. So obviously Kangaskhan is forced... Honestly, the Kangaskhan is forced to go for a... He's forced to go for a Fake Out into the Groudon. Groudon's the hardest hitting Pokemon on the field. He has to do that. And then what I could do is, I honestly could go for... I don't really necessarily want to switch in my my Palkia right now. Okay, let's think this over a little bit. I'm going to protect with my Groudon. I could switch into my Palkia, anticipating a fake outs coming from the Kangaskhan into my Groudon. And then his Groudon will most likely go for like a Flamethrower or something like that on my Cresselia. I think I'm going to have enough firepower with Palkia in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and go for an Ice Beam onto the opposing Groudon. Actually, the Groudon can't really touch me, so I'm going to go for an Ice Beam onto the Kangaskhan to get some chip damage onto the Kangaskhan. So then my Eruption / Fire Flamethrower will KO the Kangaskhan. Because obviously, Kangaskhan's the biggest threat to my Groudon right now, and Groudon's the only answer to this Kangaskhan. If I am calling him correctly, he's going to go for the Fake Out into the Cresselia. No, he's... Okay, so that was a good play. I mean, he honestly had to go for that. I mean, Groudon was the hardest hitting Pokemon on the field right there. Going to get some nice chip damage off into the Kangaskhan. He's probably going to get rid of my Cresselia right here. I could have switched into my Palkia, but then yet again, I really don't gain anything by doing that, because there's still one more turn of Trick Room up left right here. And I can still go for the Trick Room with my Palkia. Now I will be the fastest Pokemon on the field, so his Kangaskhan is forced to go for a Sucker Punch right here. So honestly, I don't want to get my Eruption. There's no point in going for an Eruption. It won't do much to the Groudon. It's going to be less effective than, say, a Flamethrower, because I'll be damaged due to the Sucker Punch. So I'm going to go for the Flamethrower KO onto the Kangaskhan. And then I could go for... Honestly, I'm going to go for a... He probably will protect Groudon again. Let's see. Okay, you know what? So this is what's going to happen right here. Kangaskhan's going to get a Sucker Punch off under my Groudon. Kangaskhan can't protect. He's typically a Pokemon that doesn't carry Protect, and I honestly don't think he has Protect since he has Fake Out. So I'm going to double target the Kangaskhan because my Palkia is faster, is slower than my Groudon under the Trick Room. So even if my Groudon KOs the Kangaskhan with this Flamethrower, I'll be able to double target. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm going for the Flamethrower onto the Kangaskhan. If it does not KO, the Earth Power will KO the Kangaskhan because I'm anticipating the Groudon to protect. Now, if I KO the Kangaskhan with the Flamethrower, okay, good. Then my Earth Power will go onto the Groudon. If the Groudon doesn't protect, that's awesome. I anticipate the Groudon to go ahead and protect, so I'm going to double target down the Kangaskhan. Groudon does protect as I anticipated, so I'm going to double target down the Kangaskhan. I'm going to see a Sucker Punch right here. And we do see a Sucker Punch, which is fine. I'm going to double target that Kangaskhan. And the next turn, I am actually free to go for a Trick Room and a Protect onto my Groudon. He really can't do much about that, unless this Kangaskhan somehow survives. And it doesn't, and that's exactly why I double down into the Kangaskhan. Typically, it is kind of hard to get rid of because it is typically bulky, even if you don't invest too much in HP defense or special defense. That's exactly why I went for the double target right there. And he's pretty much going to climb out of a hole right here because I actually have Levitate on my Groudon. His Groudon is actually the one that has the Sun Up. So that's actually helping me out right there. It actually helped me knock out the Kangaskhan because my Groudon has Protect. So let's see if he does know that. I honestly anticipate that he does know that because he's a very good Pokemon battler. He has gone to Nationals. So he definitely knows his fair bit of Pokemon. So I'm free to go for a Earth Power right here. I'm not really going to Protect and then go for a safe Trick Room. You know what? I'm actually going to go for the safe Protect right here and then the Trick Room. Because I anticipate him to go for like another Eruption, and my Palkia can go ahead and eat that up. I just don't want any unnecessary crits or anything like that. So he does go for the target down into the Palkia. It is incredibly bulky, and unfortunately he does get the special defense drop, but even another Earth Power shouldn't be able to KO my Palkia. Alright, so we're going to get another Trick Room up, and that's pretty much game at this point, because now I can just double Earth Power. And that was a pretty good game. Just the power of Trick Room coming through right there is just so incredible, and I really, really love this team. This team is really, really good. It has a lot of good synergy, and Palkia having 4 times resistance to fire and water just basically shuts down both Kyogre and Groudon, and you can make it to be incredibly bulky as I did. I don't have the specific EV spreads that Aaron has. He hasn't revealed them, so I had to come up with my own, and I made a very bulky set for my Palkia max HP, and I'm not going to reveal the rest. But it is actually a really, really, really good Palkia, and I plan to use it in the future, is that there's obviously other better options, be it Xerneas. I'll quit out in case he wants to quit out. There are usually other better options like Xerneas. I mean, you have the primals that you can use, Rayquaza. Usually Rayquaza is used with the Kyogre, considering the fact that you can switch into Rayquaza and then get off an Origin Pulse / Water Spout, catch the opponent off guard, as well as getting a Delta Stream up and overriding the opposing Sun. It's just really good core, and I honestly like this core as well, having Groudon and Palkia on my team. Anyway, Chris, that was a really good battle. Thank you for the battle offer. I plan to battle you in the future and hope to see you at Nationals as well. Everyone, check out Chris's channel down below. His channel is CWpoke, as you see it on the screen right there. And he's a really good Pokemon channel. Please subscribe to his channel. Give him some support. He definitely needs it because he has a really good Pokemon channel and he needs to expand. He needs more subscribers than he actually does have. And one more thing that I want to add to that. Not really. Sorry that it looked like crap. Anyway, I'm going to go get a shower, cook some food, gotta wake up at 4 a.m. tomorrow, and peace.